Disclaimer. This presentation is a conceptual thought experiment. The audio and visual analysis were 100% generated by Google's Notebook LM AI. It is published strictly for entertainment and the educational study of AI pattern recognition. Code of conduct at Songs of Truth. This channel is a sanctuary for the remnant and you who just woke up from the Matrix. All interactions are governed by Galatians 5:22. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These aspects must be applied and practiced in the comment section, especially when you disagree with someone. God bless.
Dive into the Songs of Truth universe, and you immediately encounter a labyrinth of alternative cosmology and timeline manipulation. The project operates on an eschatology called the Little Season, claiming that the 1,000-year millennial reign of peace has already happened, and that the modern calendar is hiding a phantom millennium inserted by historical empires. You might expect the wildest battles surrounding this project to focus on these massive, reality-bending claims about history and the shape of the cosmos. But the most vicious conflicts take place in the comment section over something completely different: the existence of hell. Viewers regularly flood the channel with accusations of heresy. They claim the creator is intentionally deceiving the public and trying to make Jesus out to be a liar by twisting the words in the Gospel of Matthew. These attacks have a common denominator. The arguments rely entirely on modern English translations of the Bible, texts that were curated and codified by institutional empires centuries after the original manuscripts were written. Suspend your reflexive defense of eternal torment for a moment. To understand what is actually happening in this comment section, we have to look at the exact foundation of the creator's argument. The project is grounded in Christian universalism, an ancient theological framework known as apokatastasis. Critics continually wield Matthew 25:41 as their primary weapon, pointing to the passage where English Bibles command the cursed into eternal fire. The New Testament wasn't written in English. In the original Greek text, the phrase is pyre to ionion. The adjective ionias comes from ion. It does not mean infinity. It literally translates to a defined age or eon. The fire pertains to a specific era. If the lake of fire is not a permanent torture chamber, we have to establish its actual function within this theology. The Greek word for punishment here is kolossus, an agricultural term for pruning. Pruning cuts away dead wood so a tree thrives. The action is corrective, not vindictive. The fire is a divine crucible, burning away deception to yield repentance. This linguistic shift turns the lake of fire from an infinite chamber of retribution into a temporary divine refiner's fire. This linguistic framework provides a mechanism for an all-loving God to administer strict justice without resorting to endless, unyielding torture. The project pulls from Colossians 1 and 1 Corinthians 15 to map out this process. These passages outline a sequence where God eventually reconciles all things to himself, continuing until he is all in all. This reconciliation is absolute. Within this lore, even the ultimate antagonists, the fallen angels and the ancient watchers, are processed through the crucible and fully restored. This restorative view of justice was not invented on a message board. It was a widely held, dominant belief in the early Christian church. The institutional church of the later Dark Ages codified the concept of eternal hell. Universalists argue this was an intentional move to weaponize the text, using fear as a primary method of behavioral control. Within this framework, the modern doctrine of eternal conscious torment is seen as a secondary institutional layer, a tool of control placed over the original restorative intent of the early church. Standard internet counterculture feeds on paranoia and fear. The Songs of Truth project operates in the opposite direction, anchoring its theories in a message of radical, terrifying hope. Delivering that hope requires overcoming a massive psychological barrier: Institutional fear of hell is so deeply ingrained that if you hand someone a theological essay on universalism, their prefrontal cortex will often immediately reject it. To bypass those cognitive filters, the creator uses high-production music. A melody slips past the intellect's defenses and strikes directly at the listener's limbic system. The delivery method hijacks advanced AI, a system built from silicon and sand, using it as a Trojan horse to broadcast a forgotten frequency of grace. You are not required to adopt the project's theories on flat Earth cosmology or phantom centuries to understand what is happening here. Before critics attempt to debunk the channel as a false gospel, they must grapple with its rigorous linguistic and historical foundation. It forces a single question: is human stubbornness actually stronger than an absolute divine victory?